What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Over the Octagon podcast ahead of UFC 314 between Alexander Volkanovski, Diego Lopes, Michael Chandler, Paddy Pimblett, Silva, Bryce Mitchell, Yair Rodriguez, Patrício Pitbull. It is stacking up to be an incredible card. We're going to break it all down right now for you. Everything you need to know, UFC 314. If you're not already, do not forget, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel over on YouTube. Hit that thumbs up. Like the video. Appreciate y'all, man. Enjoy. Let's get right into it. Bang.
Blood is on the steeple. There's murder on my mind. Guiding all the people to a pretty suicide. I want to live forever. Live forever. I'm lying from the sun. I can't fucking wait. I don't want to spend my life with you. I don't want to do the things you do. I just want to castle in the darkness and never lose my youth. Never lose my youth. Strange things are coming. At night I feel alive. There's no sense in running. We're living just to die.
This is Over the Octagon. Welcome to the shit show.
Welcome to the shit show. Let's get it. UFC 314, 1 week out. If fight week, UFC 314, we are back with a pay-per-view. Thank God. We struggled through a couple, a couple fight nights. We squeaked
Couple
by.
rough ones too, you know.
Couple rough ones. But yeah, so UFC 314 main evented for the featherweight title after Ilia Topuria vacates. The main event is for the featherweight title. Alexander Volkanovski, Diego Lopes, co-main event. Michael Chandler versus number 12 ranked Paddy the Baddy Pimblett. And then another featherweight bout that I think is super interesting on this main card, man. Bryce Mitchell, Silva, and full of featherweights. And then another featherweight, top 5 ranked Yair Rodriguez against PF or Bellator's own Patrício Pitbull, making his UFC debut. Rounded out with a light heavyweight bout between Nikita Krylov and Dominic fucking Reyes.
Still out there, still around. Still wishing you beat John Jones.
Yeah, some good fights on the prelims too, and we'll get into it. But Dan Ige, Sean Woodson.
Yep.
You got Yan Xiaonan versus Verna Jandiroba. Jim Miller, Chase Hooper.
Father Time.
Man, I'm telling you, our boy Mitch Raposo coming back after his UFC debut loss in Atlantic City last year. He is back in Miami this Saturday, UFC 314. In the flyweight division. Trayshawn Gore, and then a couple other fights. No other big names, but I mean the names that we did mention, or I did mention there. This card is nice. This card shaped up real nice.
Yeah. You know what's actually crazy is I know this sounds crazy, but I almost forgot about Ilia Topuria once he gave up the strap. It's like he's kind of not been talked about much.
Right. I mean, it really just kind of depends on what his next fight is. I mean, that's kind of what we're waiting to see, what his next fight at lightweight
Everybody's kind of waiting to see. I feel like he's going to headline International Fight Week.
Yeah, it's kind of shaping up to be something big like that.
I feel like it's got to be. Like it could either he's going to headline it, or it's going to be the co-main event against like a top 3 light heavyweight guy or a lightweight guy.
Yeah, like a Charles Oliveira,
or a Dustin's retirement fight, or Justin Gaethje.
I can't. Yeah. We'll have to see. That's definitely highly anticipated. I do think that. This is for the featherweight belt, dude. You know,
we got 2 guys on here. One guy who's been calling for Ilya's name for a hot minute. goes out there and puts on a crazy performance, we might welcome somebody to the lightweight division against Paddy the Baddy.
It's possible.
Never know.
It is possible. So your main event, let's dive right into the main event first.
Let's go.
Volk, Diego Lopes. Give me your thoughts on that one, man.
Dude, I've dead ass been bouncing all over the place from this one, bro. I am so I'm bouncing everywhere. The more I think about it, the more it's getting closer to the fight. I'm kind of leaning Diego Lopes.
Okay.
Only because I feel like he's the younger, fresher fighter.
Sure.
And I just feel like it's just maybe his time. But I still don't think he's as good as Volk is. Like,
Okay.
I think Volk is better all around than Diego Lopes is.
Yeah.
But I do think Diego Lopes just may have that slight edge over him simply because of what has happened to Volk the last 2 fights. I mean, that takes a lot from a man. I mean, Volk can be the best in the world, which at one point in time he was arguably the best pound for pound fighter in the world.
Sure.
But I just feel like Diego Lopes. I feel like he's growing with every fight, and after watching him beat the shit out of Brian Ortega like that, and like, you know, he's growing. He's almost like, you know, I feel like it's his time. I mean, he's young. He's going to be quick. His cardio is going to be great.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, I do think a knock on him was that Dan Ige fight, and that's just such an unfair comparison.
Yeah, you can't hold that against
him. Yeah. I mean,
obviously nothing to really play with, and I mean, you almost kind of worry about it the same way as Volk. Dan Ige is a short guy, power punches, going to come at you with boxing, like. You know, and he's getting a full training camp for Volk. And you've seen some of the videos of him in training camp and some of the pictures. Like, dude, Diego Lopes looks fucking jacked, bro.
Yeah, he's in incredible shape. He is jacked, too.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He looks jacked, bro. So it's like, I'm kind of leaning Diego Lopes. Now, at first, I was leaning Volk. I was like, but then again, I told myself in 2025 I would stop with the being delusional and just like, you know, picking people because I love them and I don't want to see them lose. So I think I'm.
But is this a let's be a glass half full podcast for a second? Is this not a win-win?
Yeah, it's
a win-win.
It is a win-win. Like if Diego Lopes wins and he holds the belt, holy shit, that's cool.
Yeah,
I would love.
That's got to be one of the quickest runs to a title ever, right?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, it's up there.
Yeah.
It's up there. It's like 700 some days he's been in the UFC. So
Poton probably was pretty quick too.
Yeah. So, but then again, like if Volk wins,
he's back in the
Everybody loves Volk. Yeah. Then Volk's gonna have to fight Mobzar.
Yeah, I just feel like it's just set up for Diego Lopes to win and then fight Mobzar in the rematch.
Oh man, we need that. That's what we need. That's what we need. Yeah. He takes the belt and then Mobzar, him versus Mobzar rematch. Because that first fight
featherweight right now, right? Is Figgy at featherweight?
Figgy's bantamweight.
Bantamweight, okay.
Yeah.
Who's it?
Aljo.
Aljo. See, I think Aljo Volk would be a great fight.
Yeah, Aljo Volk would be sick. I mean, Aljo lost to Mobzar, but that was super competitive too.
Yeah, like I'm almost thinking like even if Volk loses and he's like, man, because if Volk loses 3 in a row, I mean, what's next? I mean, what more can you do in the UFC? It's at this point he might hang him up.
It's possible. We say that every time, though. I feel like we keep talking.
Why would you not want to fight a guy like maybe Aljo? Like last fight of your career, a guy who was also dominant in his reign as a champion. Like that'd be a good fight. I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, there's a lot of exciting fights.
But I don't want to talk about Volk losing, man. Like,
right? Yeah. Well, you picked Diego. You know what I mean? What do you mean? You brought it up.
I know.
I don't know. My head just goes and tells me that I think that Volk is better pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
And so, he took a lot of time off after that knockout. He's been off over a year. Gave time for the head to recover, but he is now 36 years old.
This is the time where it all comes crashing down.
Yeah, but I mean, he took a solid year off. He's obviously been in a training camp for a long time. He's been preparing for this fight. He's been back in the gym. Um, I don't know. I like Volk in this. I think he's too smart. He's not going to get in a firefight with Diego Lopes, right? Like
Don't
he.
know that though.
Yes, we
Got in
do.
a firefight
Come
with
on.
fucking Ilya, and look what happened. You know?
He didn't get in a firefight with Ilya. That's not at all how that happened. They were just standing and trading punches.
Man, just
No,
I guess,
that's
sure.
not how that happened at
I mean,
all.
what are you considering a firefight? The Max Holloway, Justin Gaethje in the center of the octagon?
Well, I mean, that's super extreme, but
Yeah.
no, like he's not just gonna stand there and bang with Diego Lopes. That's not how he fights. Volk's a super smart fighter. He uses leg kicks
but
a ton.
taking Diego Lopes down is dangerous, bro.
Yeah, I don't know that he's gonna do that. I think he's gonna implement his plan to how he was fighting Ilya successfully before he got knocked out.
Yeah.
He's gonna
Well,
manage
Diego
distance
Lopes
incredibly
is
well.
fucking 5 inches taller than him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, we'll see. I think Volk is too smart. I think Diego Lopez's defense is questionable at times. I think he blocks punches with his face too much.
Yeah.
Because he's just so offense oriented. Like he's just fucking throwing heat.
That's true.
And not always worried about what's coming back at him. And I think he's going to get punished for that against somebody that is as world class as Volk is. I just think he's too good. Now, the biggest question is, like you say,
Yeah.
the age, the chin,
Yeah,
I mean, these are all the things, you
The
know.
cardio, I mean, to be
Right.
honest, Ilya and Max Holloway fucked up the division by one Ilya moving up, Max moving up, because Max could have easily fought Diego Lopes. That would have been a fucking fire ass fight before we've even gotten to this point, you know. So we could truly see Diego Lopes versus a, world class top of the line featherweight.
Right. We really don't know, right, what to expect.
Brian Ortega, sure, but really, are
Yeah.
we saying that he's like Volk?
Yeah, I think Brian Ortega is slowly becoming more of a Josh Emmett type in the rankings.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like Josh Emmett just recently, within the past couple years, fought for an interim belt.
Yeah.
But like you can't even imagine Josh Emmett fighting for a belt.
Yeah, like we
today.
didn't even see Yair fight Diego Lopes, you know? Like
Nah. His ascension to the top has been incredibly quick.
yeah.
So we don't have a lot to go off of. And this is like I say, I'm gonna pick Volk simply for the fact that like everything in my mind, what I know, right? The unknown would be, is Volk too old? How's Volk's chin? Like all of those factors. That's kind of the unknown. I'm just going to live in the space of what I know. What I know is I think Volk is too smart and too good everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know that he like finishes Diego Lopes because I don't see him like knocking him out or anything like that. But I can see Volk winning a decision against Diego for sure.
I was going to say that. I was going to say that I don't see this fight inside the distance. I see it going the full distance.
Unless Diego knocks him out.
Yeah, that's true. But I feel like if it goes to the scorecards, I mean, like I said, I could see Diego Lopes winning it. Just going to be quicker than Volk, I think.
Yeah, there's a possibility. Yeah, for sure.
I don't
That's
know.
what I mean. We don't know, right? These are a lot of the kind of unknowns that there are out there right now with Volkanovski. He obviously has taken over a year off. He just got knocked out twice. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, we don't really know what to expect.
So let me ask you this before we, kind of move on or keep talking about this.
Sure.
If Diego Lopes does lose to Volk,
Okay.
does it hurt Diego Lopes? Like, does it hurt his reputation that he's building right now by losing?
I don't know that it hurts his reputation or like his aura or his clout or like his fanfare maybe like that. Is that kind of what you mean? Like
yeah, like does that hurt him?
Nah.
Like kind of like Magomed beating Pereira,
Yeah, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No,
Like,
I don't think so.
So either way it goes, like if Volk does win, great. if Diego Lopez.
I think if
wins,
Volk
then-
wins, I think we still get a Mobzar Diego Lopez rematch.
yeah, for the number one contender, I think so too. But then
Yeah.
again, we don't know what's going to happen tonight.
Yeah, right.
I
Right.
mean, we
So
have
this
undefeated Lerone Murphy
right. So
fighting
we are
Josh
recording.
Emmett,
We're recording this episode for UFC 314 on Saturday during UFC Vegas 105.
first time we've
Lerone
ever
Murphy
done that.
versus Josh Emmett. Obviously, yeah, Lerone Murphy could win and put himself. He's undefeated, incredibly talented.
Yeah, and he gets if he gets a big knockout against Josh Emmett, who's the top 5, top 6.
Josh
guy,
Emmett's 8.
yeah, that close to that ranking,
Yeah, Josh Emmett 8 isn't really like you're not. Lerone Murphy doesn't get a title shot off of Josh Emmett ahead of
No, not saying a
Mobzar.
title shot, but I'm saying like a top 3 number 1 contender.
He could maybe fight Mobzar. I don't know. Like the trouble is these rankings right now. So like
It's a
Volk and
weird
Diego are really 1 and 2. They have Max Holloway at 2 currently,
Yeah.
but obviously he's moved up to lightweight. He's not going to fight at featherweight anymore. So you would assume they still have Topuria as champion. That's obviously vacated. So you have your rankings look like Volk, Lopez, Mobzar, Yair, Ortega, Arnold Allen, Josh Emmett, Aljo, Lerone Murphy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Lerone Murphy, Aljo.
Yeah, but he's going to jump Aljo, right?
I don't know. We'll have to see how that goes first. We're getting
And
way
we also
off
got
topic and ahead of
Yair,
ourselves
but
here.
we got Yair fighting down.
Right.
he's
And then you,
4.
down kind of. He's fighting a UFC debut, former champion, Patrício Pitbull. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how it kind of shakes out. There's a lot of holes in featherweight right now with the champion vacating, Max Holloway moving up, like you kind of mentioned earlier.
Yeah, it kind of screwed a little bit of the top 5 up a little bit,
Yeah.
Gave Diego Lopez a chance to move in because obviously they didn't want Max versus, Ilya again, or they didn't want Volk versus Max again. So it's like, or I guess Ilya now versus Volk again. So Diego Lopez was kind of like the only option.
Yeah, I mean, you could have given it to Mobzar, I guess, but I don't know if Mobzar was ready for, April or whatever. So it's Diego. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess there is a way, absolutely, with kind of the way things are and how active or inactive some of these guys are, that Lerone Murphy finds himself in a top 5 fight. Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah, 100%. That's your main event. Diego Lopez, Alexander Volkanovski. This Saturday, April 12th, 10 p.m. from Miami, Florida.
I'm hoping my reverse psychology worked, and then this Volk wins, and I'm like, fuck, man. I can't believe I picked Diego Lopez.
It's a win-win. Yeah, it's a win-win, though. You know what I mean? Me personally, like, I know I think Volk is going to win. He's a very, very slight favorite right now.
Yep.
I don't know that either one of these guys can hold the belt. That's kind of my issue with this fight.
I mean, with no Ilya and no Max, though, I think they can.
Maybe. I feel like this is going to end up being like how 185 was, middleweight was, recently before DDP, where you had the Pereira, Izzy, Strickland. Like, you kind of like bounce the belt around through a couple guys. Yeah, I don't think either one of these guys holds this title.
Yeah, but
I love Diego Lopez, but like, I don't.
The only person that could beat Diego Lopez is Mobzar, in my opinion. I think he beats Yair.
Yeah, that would be a good fight too. Yair's
and
a whole
outside of
different.
that, you're in a top. You're outside the top 5, right? He beat Brian Ortega, who was in the top 5.
That's true. Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
mean,
maybe that's the only way would be Diego Lopez to win would be the only way.
Depending on how he beats Volk or if he beats Volk,
Right.
We might be sitting here going, holy shit, this guy's never going to lose.
Yeah, it's true too.
Ilya needs to cut some more weight and come back and fight Diego Lopez right now,
Absolutely.
We don't know. So.
But yeah, let us know down below. Let us know. Leave a comment down below. Give us your predictions for the UFC 314 main event, Volk versus Diego Lopez. Who you got? How you see it playing out? Let us know. Drop a comment. Co-main event, Michael Chandler, Paddy the Baddie.
Interesting one.
Yeah. I mean, hey, man, I'm just going to say it. I got Paddy.
I got Paddy too.
Yeah, I got Paddy.
Yep,
I'm
dude.
so over fucking Chandler, dude.
He's just kind of been like a. I'm trying to think of like. He's just been like this like insect that's like set in this top 7
Right.
ever coming
Yeah.
from Bellator,
And he's won one fight.
And the only time he's won was against Tony Ferguson.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of
no, he beat Dan Hooker too.
Okay. But
Still.
yeah. But no wins against top 5 guys. So, I mean, I think Paddy it's again the same situation as we're looking at Diego Lopes, like another guy up and coming, gonna be fresh. Paddy's good, man. Like he's getting better too. Like when he first came in the UFC, I was kind of like,
He was a little reckless, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but he's tightened up.
For sure. He's good everywhere too. His ground game,
Ground game's
his
good.
grappling is really
Striking's
good. Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. It's going to be tough because Michael Chandler's so tough.
He
You know what
is
I mean?
very tough. Yeah.
Like
he
you
puts
got to
anybody
kill
in a
that
fight,
motherfucker.
you know,
dude.
I know. Like even Charles, man. Like Charles was fucking trying to kill him, dude, and he just couldn't. And he caught Charles a couple times because
Yeah.
Charles is a maniac and he just gets in firefights with everybody.
That's the only thing. Iron Mike, man, he is always dangerous.
Yeah.
You can't ever really count him out. He is super skilled.
And this is a 5-round fight, if I'm not mistaken,
I believe so.
which is even worse for Paddy because 3 rounds, Chandler loses first 3 rounds all the time.
Yeah, we don't know what
round is when you got to worry about Michael Chandler.
Yeah, we don't know what that gas tank for Paddy looks like either in a 4 or 5 round fight.
It'll be a 5-round fight, right? I hope so.
But
if
yeah,
it's 5 rounds, I may be reconsidering. If it's 3 rounds, I think Paddy beats him in all 3 rounds. Unanimous decision.
yeah, it's gonna be tough. This one I'm picking solely based on I want Paddy to win. I can't stand Michael Chandler anymore.
Yeah.
This is not an intelligent choice from my behalf. I mean, maybe it is, but I'm just saying, like, that's not why I'm picking Paddy. I'm not picking Paddy because, the X's and the O's and, this style and he does this well and whatever. I'm picking Paddy because I just really cannot fucking stand Michael Chandler anymore, bro. I can't.
Yeah.
I've seen enough fucking inspirational TikToks. I've seen enough fucking...
Dude,
you know what I mean?
He said it again. He was going to get on the mic and call out Conor McGregor again, dude.
I may never watch UFC again if he does that, dude. They should cut him if he does that. He'll do it after a loss too. That's the best part.
Conor should box, dude. Just box. Let that be Dana's first boxing fight. Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler boxing.
I don't know if Conor will ever fight again. He's about to run for president of Ireland, dude. He ain't fighting anymore.
He ain't gonna become the president of Ireland, dude. And if he is, that's crazy. But yes, I
Crazier
agree.
things have happened, brother.
That's true.
But,
I agree with you on the Paddy Pimblett. I like Paddy in this fight, but like I said, it's 5 rounds, man.
Paddy is a favorite.
Yeah,
Paddy is a slight favorite as well, which is kind of surprising. But again, Michael Chandler hasn't won any fights. He doesn't win fights. Now he's fought the best in the world.
Yep. He's just been tough against the best in the world. That's the problem.
Right. He's not winning those fights. So we're going to have to really see, Paddy's undefeated in the UFC, dude.
Yeah.
I
knew Michael Chandler was a scumbag, and I love him for it. When he was bleeding out his face and he just
blowing the snot.
On Dustin Poirier, like while they were fighting. He's like, "You nasty motherfucker." I was like, that's when I knew Michael Chandler was just a savage weirdo.
Yeah, Dustin Poirier hates him, huh? Poirier hates him.
That shit. Yeah.
Says he's the dirtiest fighter he's ever fought.
Yeah, that shit was nasty.
I don't know. I don't know even what to make of this. I think Paddy will be better on the ground. I think he's better on the ground than Michael Chandler probably expects him to be.
Chandler's wrestling is good as a motherfucker.
I know, which I think he, in his head, is thinking that he's going to be way better than Paddy in that regard, but I just don't.
Then you think you find himself in like a rear naked choke or something?
I think he's going to find himself in trouble, and he's going to be surprised at how good Paddy's
Paddy's on
fucking
the ground.
ground game is.
You might be right. I could see that. Actually, I actually could see that.
Overconfident in his wrestling, gets himself in trouble, and goes, "Oh fuck!" and he's tapping.
I feel like a rear naked choke in the future for Michael Chandler might be the.
That'd be sick. A little arm triangle action, maybe. Yeah, I mean it's super possible. He's not gonna tap to nothing light. That's for sure.
Nah,
you're gonna have to fucking choke him out. So
put him out. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Especially on kind of the skid that he's on. Like, you're gonna have to fucking choke him out because he needs to be willing to die in there, Michael Chandler.
I agree.
Because he's holding a number 7 ranking in what has been the best division in the UFC for a long time. And, I mean, he's not beating these guys. Like, he's not beating the Poiriers, the Gaethjes, the Oliveras. He's not going to beat an Arman Sarukian either, even though they haven't fought. I don't even know if he beats Hooker again if they fought now. He fought Hooker pre-tattoo Hooker. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hooker's kind of a different Dan Hooker than he was.
Psycho Dan Hooker now.
Yeah, right. So, I don't even know if he wins that fight. So, this is a must-win, in my opinion, for Michael Chandler.
I agree.
If he loses this, then there's really no serious conversation with him ever again in the future. I think he's too old. It's just over with.
He honestly may retire. We might be looking at that. How old is he? 38? Oh yeah, brother. That may happen.
Yeah. Yeah, the days are gone. That's why I feel like it's just written right now. It's just this is a perfect fight for Paddy to kind of emerge in that upper echelon of the lightweight division.
Where's Michael Chandler from again? Is he from Florida?
I believe.
And it's a Miami card.
Eh?
If he's from Florida,
dude.
I think he is. He gives me Florida boy vibes.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's go down to this one. This one is exciting too. Bryce Mitchell, Gene Silva. I feel like we're on the same page here. We can't possibly be on the opposite ends of the spectrum unless you're just like trying to troll.
No, dude. Again, I'm not trying to troll.
Oh, here we go. Okay,
Gene Silva likely is going to beat the living piss out of Bryce Mitchell.
Yeah.
But
okay,
I would not count out Bryce Mitchell if this thing hits the fucking canvas.
Sure.
Plain and simple. If it goes to the ground in some form or fashion, there's Bryce Mitchell has a chance.
Sure.
If it stays on the feet, that motherfucker just needs to put his hands up and block. Because he ain't gonna win.
It ain't Kron Gracie. He ain't fighting Kron Gracie.
No. But Bryce Mitchell, his ground game is fucking good.
His grappling's really good. He also is on a mission from the Lord.
Yeah. And the Lord does powerful things, bruh.
Yeah. Gene Silva apparently is a demon or possessed by demons.
I'll tell you one thing right now.
We're not
Bryce
sure.
Mitchell goes out there and wins. A lot of people going to be turning their lives over to the Lord after that one, brother. A lot of people going to be going to church on Sunday after that one.
Yeah.
And Bryce Mitchell gets that mic afterwards, too. Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, brother. We may see the Lord may come back.
The return of Jesus Christ himself.
April 12th, brother, Hitler may fall from the ground and the Lord may strike down.
Oof. I see no chance Bryce wins this fight, personally. I think it's 0%. I think it's 0%. I think I picked Gene Silva by actual murder. I think this may be the first time we see somebody die in a UFC octagon. That's really what I believe.
Nah, I think Gene Silva does beat him up pretty bad. But then again, man, like I said, Bryce Mitchell only lost 3 fights his whole career.
No doubt. Yep.
One being to Ilia Topuria, one being to a top 5 Josh Emmett. You know? So it's like, it ain't like he's got bad losses on his record.
No.
So
for sure. Yeah. I mean, he is he is dangerous. I just let's be real. Like when we see these guys like this was Diego Lopes as well, right? Like when we see these guys come in as prospects that are like clearly better than the people they're fighting as prospects.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like normally they don't run into trouble until like the outside, like top 10, top 5. That's when fights get hard for them.
Yeah.
Like Bryce Mitchell right now is 13. I think that's a really appropriate ranking for him. I just don't see.
I only
Like-
got one rebuttal to all of this. And
Yeah.
I'll leave my opinions on this there, but with the fighting nerds growing as big as they are and the popularity and fan base as they are, someone's got to get fraud checked eventually.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, somebody's got to. And
Pratis against Ian Gary.
I'm not going to, but see, I don't think that's a fraud check. That's what I'm saying.
No, for
This
sure.
would be a fraud check. Not saying that this right here would be the moment because, you know, Pratis is now fighting an Ian Gary, who is that you lose that's not a fraud check. Kyle Barola is now is going to be fighting guys, top 5 guys now. That's not a fraud check. The only 2 guys that are left that could potentially get fraud checked is Rufy and Silva. So it's like,
yeah, Rufy. Yeah, I know,
You
but
know?
both of them just are
both of them
so dominant.
good. I know. But we also said that about Peyton Talbot. We also said that about
Absolutely.
you know, and then those guys go in there and just lose to guys who are veterans, you know. And
Do you think? Yeah, that's true. Because Peyton Talbot. Yeah. Do you
know what I'm saying?
think? Do you think that? Yeah, that's true. Peyton Talbot's a great example of that.
Yeah, he's a perfect. It's Sharp Bullet, another perfect example.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, but Sharp Bullet had
he
problems.
did lose to MVP though, right? Was that who he lost to?
Yeah.
MVP.
But he had he had tough fights. Like these guys are finishing dudes in the first round quick as hell. So was Peyton Talbot though, to your point.
But
and
like
that's
look
why
at Sergey Pavlovich, you know what I'm saying? Like another guy finishing guys, and next thing you know, boom, project.
Yeah, I mean Aspinall.
Jalton
No
Almeida.
way. Yeah. Jalton Almeida.
Finishing
that
guys,
for sure.
Curtis Blades, boom.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, Jalton Almeida wasn't always finishing guys. He was also just like holding people down and wrestling heavyweights that didn't know how to wrestle.
That's very true too.
You know what I mean?
But
Peyton
Silva
Talbot
has
is the
lost.
perfect example. Yeah.
So I mean, like I said, I do think you're right though. I think Gene Silva does get it done. But like I said, all good things have to come to an end at some point. I'm not saying this is that point, but both of these guys are ready to kill each other. Gene Silva hates Bryce Mitchell, and Bryce Mitchell hates Gene Silva.
Do you think that Gene Silva really hates Bryce Mitchell, or is it just like the other way around? Like, I do think Bryce Mitchell believes the crazy shit that he says, and I do think Bryce Mitchell thinks that he's going to war
Silva call for the fight though.
I believe he
After
did.
his last fight, he called him out, right?
He did, because that's when all of the all the Nazi stuff was coming out with Bryce Mitchell. He said, "Dana, give me this guy. Let me take care of this problem for you."
Yeah, that's a bold statement.
Yeah, I don't know that he really has an issue with Bryce Mitchell, though. I think it's more just like it's a hype fight, is it not? Like
It's definitely bad for business if Bryce Mitchell wins.
Or good. I don't know. Who's to say?
We don't need Sean Strickland 2.0 in the year.
He's way worse than Sean Strickland.
That's that dude. That's a tough call.
Sean Strickland says stuff that you shouldn't say,
but he is funny with it though.
And he's funny. And you go like, I wouldn't fucking say that, but you know what I mean? Okay. But Bryce Mitchell says shit. You go, okay, bro. Let's chill the fuck out.
This guy's
all right, relax. Yeah.
That's true.
Whatever. I don't know. Leave a comment down below if you think the Earth is flat or round. I don't know what to say.
Anybody that thinks the Earth is flat, you know, you may be a little off.
It's an iron dome, dude. It's a dome around us where it says the Earth is flat. I don't know. Bryce Mitchell said so. Yeah, give me Gene Silva by homicide, actual homicide. Yeah, maybe second. If Bryce can get him on the ground a little bit to delay it. I mean, I think it's similar to it could be kind of similar to the Ilya fight. Like Ilya subbed him in the second round, but beat the dog piss out of him first. I think that's a possibility. I think it could be a second round finish if Bryce stays alive through the first, but I think you finish him in the second if he doesn't finish him in the first.
Fair.
I think we're gonna see that face that Bryce goes viral for every once in a while, where he's like, you know what I mean, where he's just getting his shit kicked in. And he's like, oh fuck. But that's in between. That happens in between rounds 1 and 2, and then they go out in round 2, and Gene Silva just fucking kills him.
Dominates him.
Yeah.
Fair. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, those are the 3 biggest fights on this card, in my opinion. Obviously, we have a top 5 featherweight fight with Yair Rodriguez, Patrício Pitbull. I have no idea what to expect here.
I think I like Yair. I think Pitbull's just a little old, man. He's
Sure.
but Yair's still good, man.
Yair, yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's top
he's
5 in the
so
world
good, dude.
for a
Yeah.
reason. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. There's so much like I don't know. I think it's an exciting fight. It's another exciting moment where we're getting a big name coming over from Bellator. Similar to like the MVP, maybe not quite as big as MVP.
Velveeta just got choked the fuck out.
Damn. We were talking the other night too, like, why is this chick such a heavy favorite?
Yeah.
Well, there you have it, folks.
See why.
But yeah, so
Anyways.
Yair Rodriguez, yeah, I mean, he's top 5 in the world, dude. I think he goes out there and gets this done against a aging Patrício Pitbull. It's
Agreed.
cool to see Pitbull in the UFC though. Finally,
Yeah.
should have been here 10 years ago.
Yeah, but that's the thing though, is a lot of these guys in the PFL and Bellator and like they're kind of fucked right now.
Yeah,
Like, Pitbull was the first one to the first one to back out of his contract, and then he immediately got a fight in the UFC like right after he backed out of his PFL contract.
I'm not sure how that worked.
But like the other guys, like what's Tatiana Suarez's husband's name? I fucking forget it, but
I don't
he's
know.
the champion. Like they say he's like the best welter bantamweight in the world.
Nah,
Some people do.
he's not.
What
He's not.
the fuck is his name, dude?
There's nobody in that. There's nobody in that.
Patchy Mix,
No.
and he's
No.
stuck.
No, definitely not, dude. Those guys come here like we're gonna see, because what you're talking about, I think, is gonna get proved on Saturday night at UFC 314.
That's hard to say with a 38-year-old Pitbull.
Either way, you're right. That's a factor that doesn't apply to everybody. But either way, I think those guys come here. They're champions there. They struggle with top 5 fighters in the UFC.
Top 5.
Yes. Top 5, yeah. I think they're champions there. They struggle with top 5 here. Like, it's
How do you think
just a different.
Usman Nurmagomedov would do?
I don't know. He's in Islam's division. They know the answer to that probably already.
Yeah, I think they do.
I think he's that's the only reason he's there.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, honestly, if there was no Islam, he wouldn't be there.
It's true.
He would be here with the belt probably.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if he's as good. But it didn't seem like that after watching his last fight that he arguably lost.
Yeah, that was against the Irish guy, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But either way, there's just never been a good comparison. Like, the best over there don't ever really compete here. The one that I really want to see that I have talked about now for like the last years, Dakota Dacheva, because she just dominates everybody there. I don't understand the point of her being there anymore. She dominates everyone.
Money. The PFL is paying her damn near every dollar they got.
Right. She would not earn that if she came to the UFC.
Fuck no.
Yeah. It would
Then
have to
again,
come.
but She may fucking struggle. Like, it may be another situation like that.
For
too.
sure. For sure.
You know?
Yeah.
We don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
He ain't fought that kind of competition yet.
No. Definitely not in her.
Not even
Definitely
close,
not.
you
No.
know?
Definitely not in her division. Hell no. But that's what I mean. Like, she's just like, I mean, her fights aren't even fucking remotely close. Her fights are like embarrassing. Looks like she's fighting amateur fighters.
What weight class is she?
Believe she's 115 straw
So
weight.
that'd be
So
Zhang
Zhang
Wei
Wei
Li?
Li. Yeah,
Oh fuck, dude.
I know.
Oh fuck no. I don't even know about that one.
I don't know. That's what I mean. I don't know. She needs to come to find out for real, because
Yeah,
she's the only
agree
one,
with that.
in my opinion, that's like, yeah, let's see what she's got. But I mean, all these fighters that have come from other organizations, even Azakura, who just fought Pantoja, he's not even ranked in the top 10 after that defeat.
Oh, he's like 15.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just like it never seems to actually work.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't know. Nikita Krylov, Dominic Reyes. I don't really want to get into that too
Man, it
much.
doesn't really matter. Then you
who
got
cares?
Goliath.
Yeah. I do like the Jan Xiaonan Verna Jandiroba fight.
I do like this fight too. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
Verna's been getting better, man.
Yeah, Verna's really good. Jan, obviously incredible. This is like best women's MMA. This is top tier women's MMA.
It's what we like to see.
Yeah, they're both exciting fighters. They're not boring decision women's MMA fighters. This is going to be an exciting fight in the women's strawweight division.
Verna's actually coming in as the favorite.
Yeah, which is crazy. And I don't know. I mean, so this is your number one contender against number 3. You would think that this would be a number one contender fight, but we don't really know what to expect because there's a lot of talk of Zhang Weili versus Shevchenko.
Yeah, but Shevchenko's got to beat fucking Manon Fiort.
Yeah, right. So we don't really know. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen with the Weili Shevchenko divisions and them as champions and what that means for contenders, number one contenders. I think winner of this fight is a clear number one contender to fight Weili again, or, fight Weili.
Or if this is a really good fight, if Weili says fuck it and relinquishes the strap to go up to fight, this becomes a round, like a second fight for the belt, like an interim type shit.
I don't think so. I don't think Weili does that. I think, if anything, Weili, if she can't get the fight with Shevchenko, she'll fight the winner of this.
That's true. But she's already beat the shit out of Jan.
Yeah. That was a good fight, though. But she did.
Fight.
I mean, she choked her unconscious in at the end of that first round, and then she kept fighting. So
that was crazy, dude. But yeah, it's a good fight.
This is top tier women's MMA on the prelims for free on ESPN Plus. I mean, that's like, it doesn't get any better than this in the strawweight division for women. And then lightweight, you have Jim Miller, Chase Hooper. I think Chase Hooper retires Jim Miller this Saturday. Personally, Chase Hooper has just been looking better and better and better, and they keep giving him these old veterans to retire for some reason. So I don't know. Kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. It's just really weird. They give him Clay Guida to retire. Now it seems like this is definitely Jim Miller's last fight, and they give him Jim Miller to retire. It's interesting.
I mean, the Jim Miller being the first guy ever to fight on 100, 200, 300 is
yeah. I mean, dude, Jim Miller's an absolute legend no matter what.
100 is not that far away.
It's pretty far away.
2 years away?
No. Right? No, it's a lot farther than that. It'd be 100 months. It'd be almost 200 months.
200 months?
Or 20 months. No, 200. Yeah, if there's a pay-per-view a month, man, this is going to be really bad for fucking episode, but let's figure this out.
You're on 314, dude. All we need is
Oh, you're right. Okay, so you need
about 80
All right, so 86 months.
Okay, fair enough.
12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84. That's 7 years. Yeah, it's not close.
Isn't there's 2 pay-per-views in June?
That's the only month because of International Fight Week.
I know.
Yeah, okay. So you add 7 more.
How many years? We got 4 more years? 5 more years?
7.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's not close.
That's a long time.
Yeah, he can come back if he wants when he's 55 years old and fucking...
and fight Clay Guida?
Yeah, fight Clay Guida. Yeah, they're both going to be like retarded. They're going to have to wheel him out there. They'll walk out with fucking Mark Coleman.
Oh, imagine.
It'd be like it's the GFL, but in real life.
Real life?
Yeah, real life GFL.
I mean, hey, if Rampage is still fighting, dude.
They're not anymore. Did you see that Rampage and Rashad canceled their boxing match?
No.
Yeah, that was supposed to be next weekend.
Was it all for the hype?
No. Rashad says that Rampage didn't do something in their contract like he was contractually obligated to do. He did not complete it, and so they had to cancel the fight.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's like an appearance, like promoting it. That's kind of what I think. I think it's probably like lack of promotion. Because you think like they spend all if Rampage doesn't do what he's contractually obligated to do to promote the fight, and they're not really promoting the fight well, which they definitely weren't, and it's just going to lose money.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was going to be off the books anyways. Like, I didn't think it was going to be like a pay-per-view or anything.
I don't know if it'd be pay-per-view, but I mean, no, it was at a legit venue, and yeah. I don't know what the banner it was supposed to be under, but yeah, it's legit, or it was legit. Now it is not. He said hopefully they can do it in the future, but nothing right now.
I think we finish this up, wrap it up. Good fights are starting. So,
all right. So yeah, we will be live over on YouTube, Facebook, X, everywhere for UFC 314. Oh wait, maybe we won't. Yeah, we will.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out, but we will. We're going to do a fight companion this Saturday. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube, hit the thumbs up, like the video, ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss when we go live for those fight companions. Yeah, it's going to be sick.
Yes,
and
sir.
Yeah, leave us a comment. Give us your predictions. We need some bets, dude. Give us some bets. Drop some bets on us.
And don't be coming here with no bullshit bets like Volk by TKO in the first round.
Yeah. Give us some intelligent shit. Yeah. Gene Silva money line. Yeah, suck my dick, dude. How about that? Yeah. Yeah, I picked the biggest favorite on the card, money line. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, we don't need that. Also, don't give me any parlay that includes Cedricus Dumas. No. That'll be immediately disqualified. He smokes weed while he fights. He's high in the octagon, which he's high right now. Yeah, for any other sport, I think that's fine. For MMA, I just don't think
even Sean O'Malley gave up on the pot. All right.
Yeah, he hadn't been jaying the peen either. Did you see that?
Jaying the peen, smoking the peen. He ain't been fucking playing the video games or nothing.
Yeah. Marab is fucked.
Marab is real fucked, dude. I'm taking Sean O'Malley money line.
Sean O'Malley money line. All right, peace out. Catch y'all in the next one.
Peace up. A-Town down coming soon, baby.
Ooh, yeah. Fuck, nah, it's baseball season, dude. Fuck Atlanta.